But right now, we speak to passionate advocates of all sorts on this radio station. And one of the most passionate is our next guest, who's here to talk about something happening this Sunday, World Lymphedema Day.
Yeah, Amanda Sobey is a lymphedema warrior and coach and a fitness coach and joins us now with more. Good morning, Amanda.
Hey, good morning, you guys. How's it going?
It's going very well. It's great to speak with you again. And of course, you know, the world is a difficult place in a broad sense right now. But may I tell you, you brighten my day every single time I go on Instagram or on any of the social media and see you absolutely kicking the backside of lymphedema every single day. You are truly an inspiration, Amanda.
Aw, thank you so very much. It's been a long journey, and I'm very privileged and honored to be sitting here today and being able to talk to you guys. So thank you.
Well, tell us a little bit about lymphedema and what it is and how it has impacted your life.
So lymphedema is a condition that technically has no cure at this point in time, and it affects your lymphatic system. And for those people who don't know, the lymphatic system is basically the plumbing system for your body. It removes all of the debris and the waste that your cells make. And if you're unable to move this lymphatic fluid, it builds up into very hard fibrotic tissue. I don't know if people know what fibrosis is, but it's basically scars inside your body that become irreversible and irreparable, and your limbs, and it could be in your arms, legs, head, neck, face, genitals, abdomen, anywhere in your body where your lymphatics are compromised. And this fluid continues to build and build and build, and it's irreparable after a certain point in time. And the problem with this is that doctors and many medical staff are not trained on the lymphatic system, so it's not diagnosed very early. And also, too, there's no funding for this illness because the government doesn't actually recognize that this is an actual disease. And it's very debilitating. It's incredibly sad. And it affects millions of people, approximately 300 million people worldwide. And that's kind of what drives my force. It gets me up in the morning just to create awareness, make education happen, and just try to make a difference.
Yeah, I was reading this morning that they estimate, at least 1 million Canadians are impacted by lymphedema. But as you point out, that number is not necessarily accurate because of the difficulty of getting that diagnosis. And so therefore, education and awareness becomes really important. What have you been doing this year? It sounds like you've had a pretty, if I can use the word good in raising awareness year.
Definitely. So, yes, it's about 1 million people in Canada, approximately 38,500 for Manitobans alone. But this disease is often masked by obesity, technically. So I think the numbers are very skewed, and I don't think that they're accurate personally. For my efforts, I have become the vice president of the Lymphedema Association of Manitoba. So that's been really exciting. I entered a bodybuilding competition wearing my medical grade compression because part of the therapy and part of the tools that people like myself use is compression. So spandex is back. So again, I got up on stage wearing my compression because I had a very hard time being public with my body, being public with my image. So I did that to create awareness and advocacy. And then obviously, as Gary, as I have mentioned that I'm on social media, I do use that as my forum to advertise, to create awareness, to use it as advocacy, just to inspire people to kind of accept this condition, educate people, and it reaches worldwide. I'm on all 7 continents, which is just pretty amazing.
So if someone learns for the first time, like if they actually get a diagnosis or maybe even perhaps suspect they're dealing with lymphedema, what can they do to fight back as you have?
I would say don't just stop at your first doctor's diagnosis. Vascular specialists in our province, they're far and few between, actually, so we don't have many vascular specialists here, but they would be the one to diagnose you. And upon that diagnosis, you may be responsible for educating your own doctor or your own GP. So this is going to be kind of a whirlwind of an experience because you're going to have to learn about this condition. You're going to have to advocate for yourself because, again, the government doesn't fund our tools that we need for our medical needs. And so you're going to have to educate yourself, advocate for yourself, and just don't give up. Start to learn that there's people out there like myself. There's the Lymphedema Association of Manitoba that are here. There's some fabulous therapists in our community. There's some fabulous people that do know and understand this condition, and it's imperative. to support yourself and surround yourself with people who know about this so that it gives you hope and it encourages you to do something about this illness.
30 seconds here, Amanda. You've sort of turned this into your superpower, in my opinion. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but what sort of advice do you have to those that might be dealing with other afflictions that sort of feel like the end of the world when you hear their diagnosis and when they're presented and become a part of your life?
Great question. Do not let the words no cure derail you. Just because there is technically no cure, there is still so much that you can do based on health and fitness, nutrition, and just medical supplies. You can do a lot, so please don't let that pull you downwards. Take this as a moment to invest in yourself, give love back to yourself, and just try to rise above and know that you can make a difference and live a normal, happy, healthy life, even though that you have an incurable disease.
What's happening on Sunday, Amanda?
On Sunday, come meet me at the Forks Johnson Terminal South Side building. We're going to be walking up Broadway and conglomerating at the Legislative Building approximately around 6 p.m. We're going to have a ceremonial speech. We're going to create awareness, and we're going to have awesome blue glow sticks. We're going to try to just get the community involved. It'll be our first public gathering in a very long time, so I'm very excited, and we're just going to create awareness, celebrate World Lymphedema Day, because that's on March the 6th, and we'll be at the Legislative Building at around 6 p.m.
And the building will be colored teal in honor of World Lymphedema Day to acknowledge the day. Amanda Sobey, thank you so much for joining us to give us a heads up on this. We appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
More information at amandasobey.com on lymphedema and her